I've built and bought several keyboards at this point with my time in the hobby, and while I still wouldn't consider myself an expert by any means, I think I've managed to figure out my personal preference on what I like in my keyboards. While a lot of keyboard stuff tends to be very expensive, there has been an increase in budget options which has been great to see. That being said, nothing compares to what I'm about to show today, and I have finally found my endgame keyboard. The BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky. I'm not the biggest BTS fan by any means, but I have heard and enjoyed their music, so when this keyboard came under my radar, I just knew it was the one. There are several color options available for purchase, and I think they're based off of each member's colors and characters. But after doing a quick Google search, I found out that the unofficial color for BTS fans was purple, so that's what I got, and I think it looks pretty fire. The nice pastel purple honestly looks really nice and kinda reminds me of lavender flowers blooming on a spring day. The other color options available for all the other characters such as blue and gray do look pretty nice as well, so honestly it doesn't really matter what color you go with, since they all look dynamite. The BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky costs around $60, which isn't the most expensive keyboard out there, but I did buy it using my money that I earned with my blood, sweat, and tears. Pressing down on the keys, you can tell it's smooth like butter, and honestly the keyboard just looks super elegant like a black swan. I'm sure that wherever you go, if you bring this keyboard along with you, people will turn around and probably say, dang, that's a nice looking keyboard. Now onto a more serious review. The BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky is really not meant for someone who is deep in the keyboard hobby, and more for those people who are BTS fans who aren't yet trapped in the massive keyboard rabbit hole. The aesthetics are nice and the build quality is decent for something that is made completely out of plastic, but you are essentially just paying for the branding since this keyboard is a membrane keyboard, and you can definitely find membrane keyboards for less. The BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky is a Bluetooth keyboard and comes with a 2.4 USB receiver to pair it with your device. It can also pair with 2 other devices wirelessly, so in total, you can have up to 3 devices paired to the keyboard at a time. From my experience, the pairing was pretty fast and relatively hassle-free, so the implementation wasn't too bad. I didn't notice any significant lag or delay for key presses, and the range was quite good as well, so you can try using it for stuff like gaming. But if you're a professional or a semi-pro, I'd probably use something else. The keys don't feel terrible to type on by any means, but they definitely have a mushy feel since they aren't using mechanical switches. For what the keyboard is, it doesn't sound all that bad, except for the spacebar. That thing rattles like crazy, and even though I did try some modifications to try to fix the rattle, it's still there. It could be an issue that just exists in my unit rather than being an issue that affects all of them, but it's definitely something to keep in mind if you care about sound. In general, the keyboard is pretty quiet though, so it should be safe to use in an office workplace or at night when you're trying not to be too loud. The BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky has a low front height and typing angle, so I didn't need a wrist rest when using it. It wasn't too flat for me, and I could type on it without feeling much fatigue in my wrists. The keys are also quite low profile, which is pretty different compared to a standard mechanical keyboard, but probably somewhat similar to a low profile board. As a side note, because I've heard this being brought up before, if you're an Apple Magic Keyboard user or someone who mainly uses their laptop keyboard, this might be easier to transition to compared to a standard mechanical keyboard, since the keys aren't too high. I personally didn't think that was a big problem, but I've heard some people complain about it, so I thought I should bring it up. As for me, since I have been using mechanical keyboards for some time now, I originally was messing up a bit while typing on the BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky due to the low front height, as well as the rounded keys. But after a minute or two and a couple type tests on Monkey Type, it was easy enough for me to adjust. The figurine that comes with the BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky is pretty cute, but unfortunately, it uses 3M tape to stick onto your BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky. While you might be able to remove it after putting it on, you could damage it in the process, so it's semi-permanent. I think that it would have been better if they used magnets, or maybe a plastic rail that the figurine can slide onto, but I guess they were too lazy to implement something like that as a feature. It does, however, have a pen holder, so you can put pencils or pens in there, or maybe a smart device depending on how big your phone or tablet is. I probably won't ever use this feature, but I can see it being useful for some people, especially for those who travel around and need a mobile workstation. Regarding the price, I bought my BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky off of Amazon for around $60, but I did find it on a website called Kpoptown for slightly less at $55.90. I haven't bought stuff off of this website before, so I'm not sure how the process is regarding shipping, but since the price isn't that much cheaper compared to the Amazon listing, you might just be better off ordering it from Amazon. It's kinda up to the individual to determine if the BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky is worth it for them, but do keep in mind that there are other BTS keyboards out there. I found another one being sold on Kpoptown for $41.90, also made by Royche. So if you like that design or don't think that the BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky is worth around $19 more, you might just go with that one. Overall, I think that the BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky is okay. The colors, characters, and keycaps do look really nice, and the BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard My Little Buddy Cooky is very light, which makes it easy to travel with. If you are planning on using this for travel though, I would recommend that you don't stick the figurine onto the board, because it makes it bulkier and it won't fit in the box that it came with. The sound and typing experience is acceptable for what it is, considering the fact that it is a memory keyboard, though these factors probably aren't the things that someone is looking for if they're trying to buy this type of keyboard. What makes this keyboard okay and not great for me is the price. $60 is a lot to ask for a Bluetooth memory keyboard, especially when you can get other memory keyboards for around half the price or less. And while those keyboards don't have BTS branding, you do have to ask yourself, is the extra branding really worth around $30 more? As someone who enjoys their music but isn't their biggest fan, it's definitely not worth the money, but if you're a BTS superfan and or maybe you're looking to complete your BTS themed desk setup, the BT21 Baby multi-pairing wireless keyboard, My Little Buddy, might just be the keyboard for you.